Hello YouTube viewers and PlayStation Network members, welcome to another edition of Let's Play This Game If We Really Want To, that is, live stream of Danganronpa. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. We're gonna continue playing Trigger Happy Havoc, because I've been basically playing that. And stuff like that. We finished. So far, we finished 3 chapters of this game so far. On the 4th chapter, and we're gonna try to beat this game probably sometime today. At least I'm gonna do chapter 4 and probably chapter 5 and 6 later on this afternoon. I basically did the video footage for my Let's Play This Game If We Really Want To, that is. The storyline is in my head. I just gotta do the, I still gotta record probably a few more, maybe 3 more games for the, hello and welcome! If that's you, Jibo, 11, just text me if you got my number. But without no further ado, let's start this game. We're done with that chapter, and I'm gonna probably read it this time. A little bit, it's just very confusing. And here we go. Leon killed Sayaka. Monokuma killed Jinko. Then Leon got executed. Then Mondo killed Chiro. Then he got executed. Hifumi killed Taka. Then Celeste killed Hifumi. Then she got executed. And that brings us up to now. And I'm not going to read any more of the texting. I just wanted to read that beginning. Now we're going to just speed along here.
Some crazy beam came out of nowhere and locked onto my hamburger. And as soon as the beam touched it, the burger started floating in midair. And then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart. One part of it just vanished, while the rest fell back into my hand. Do you realize what that means? It means the burger wasn't 100% beef! It must have had some pork or something mixed in. Something like 70% pork and 30% beef would be my guess. You can't trick me. How about that? Don't be mean!
Time to speed back. Chapter 4, All-Star Apologies.
So then.
Hey. So... What? Just a second. So... What? Hey.
Now, I could tell her what happened between Monokuma and, Sakura. Well, when I played this on Twitch, I basically didn't tell her, so, I'm gonna tell her. So I'm not gonna tell her.
Correct. However...
And Witchboard's mad at me. And the one thing I'm basically also doing while playing this is getting more, what's it called? Hold up. Hi! Oh, jeez. Okay, now they, what you call it?
In other words, that's right!
was that?
Hold on.
So then.
You really came. Okay.
I see.
Indeed. Correct. Hey. It's true.
Good morning, everyone.
Hold up.
do you want?
Just the worst.
Free time, right?
I'm sorry.
Yo! Help me! Well?
That's fine.
Attention! Attention! Please gather in the gym as soon as you possibly can. Quickly, 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 quickly!
the hell?
You disgust me! You're a monster! To say something like that? It should have been you. You should have been the one to die!
What?
Free time again.
I'm sorry. I see. I'm sorry.
Sorry. What's your problem? What's your problem?
This is... Good morning, everyone!
Are you okay? What happened?
She killed her. Genocide Jill killed Hina!
You gotta be kidding!
That's fine. Whew. In other words... I wouldn't have expected such arrogance from you. Because... That's fine. And Anyway... Indeed. So... shall we go? Indeed. Wrong. Right.
Thank you.
However... Hey. Why? Listen to me. Just a second. So then...
That's right. Leave it to me. So, I'm...
Makoto. Correct. Makoto. Indeed. Hey.
Huh?
Anyway... Listen to me. Wrong. It would seem... In other words, indeed. Makoto.
Please!
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin!
Huh? Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
Okay, now it's speed back.
So...
What?
However, it's true.
What the heck?
Hey. Certainly. Hey. Certainly.
What the heck? I won't forgive you.
What? Come on.
What do you want?
You know?
I see. I see.
Hey. I see.
I won't forgive you.
Hey. Just a second. Hey. Whew. It's true. So... correct. I see. Hey. It's true. Correct. Hey. 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 Anyway. So then, in other words... Listen. In other words... I knew it. In other words...
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Walking slowly to the red door. Gonna stop this case and bust it wide open.
What?
Yes, indeed. Well? Phew. Yes, indeed. I can't wait! I can't wait!
Just the worst.
Don't look at me! Don't be mean!
What the heck? What the heck? What the heck?
Don't look at me!
Hey.
What the heck? Now then.
I'm gonna save here, and we're gonna continue and do the class trial. And when that class trial is done, I'm gonna end stream for the day, and probably come back later this evening and do the next chapter. Here we go. First trial in the session, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get. It was one of you killed.
And what reason did...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't...
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
No, it's wrong. Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her. Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them? There's no way that's not suspicious! One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet. I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Shoot!
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that one of you is
I don't deny that I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Shoot!
This is like one of the hardest cases I've
The
got
fact
out
that
of
Sakura
here.
wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that one of you is
I don't deny that I never went.
I didn't.
Yeah, same here. I never...
Come on. There's no way at least one of you is lying. The fact that Sakura, there's no way that one of you is
I don't deny that I never went.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
No, it's wrong. Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, Where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation!
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. Got a problem with that?
I have a sudden hostility.
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious. It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message. At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! How did he do it?
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense! I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when
I found it. It was only after
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine. When I pulled it out, I saw...
What I said makes total sense!
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
Shoot!
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found it was only after the investigation had... I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw...
What's your problem?
What I said makes total sense! I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No, it's wrong! When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is! Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it! And this is me talking, so you know it's true! Show me the proof! I'm at least 30% right! The occult is bullcrap! Give it a rest! I'm at least 30% right! The occult is bullcrap! Show me the proof! The end is nigh! Show me the proof! Show me the proof!
This should prove it! I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her! Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there... And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something. As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
Shoot! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not.
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the in other words, at least one other person was in the
I don't think there's anything. If they went to the trouble of, they must not have liked what was written on it.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the body. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but... I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the button...
See? Isn't it odd? Hiro really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I grabbed him on a coop and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit...
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle... and...
See? Hiro really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I grabbed him on a coop and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from... And you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
No, it's wrong! If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
That's it! The chess pieces! Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh! So the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah! Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just 1 broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than 1 bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case. I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin. It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! I don't know anything. It's a lie. I hate you. Shut up. I curse you. No! That's enough!
This should prove it. Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
It doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura! No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again?
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after you left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get...
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on! That's... you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre! So that's good!
Well then, that's that. Let's start the boat. What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready.
No, not quite yet.
Not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had
Odd?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko. Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what...
Your wish is my command, darling! I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me! I remember waking up right in front of the magazine.
You were taken by surprise when you smashed her head?
You got it! I smashed...
And where did the attack take...
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
No, it's wrong! We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth.
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors! There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that!
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But... Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Huh. So she just hid in there? While everything was all confused and...
No, I don't think that's possible. I got it! Even before we open the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know! What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How did you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her, thank you very much. You're lying!
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And?
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
That's because you're overlooking vital information.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause that killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to... So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide, then what was it?
There's no other that killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than...
No, he's wrong! According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean... maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can... explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the floor.
Not in the rec room?
You never would have, since you gave up on... Well, there's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety... And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprits switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean this.
Master!
That tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder. The poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were the culprit must have gone to Section A. And given how clear the prints were, all we have to do is check everyone.
It was me. The footprints. They're mine. If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre!
Yep, I did it.
Just as I... The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility. Just you. Plus, Hina's been acting strange. You were in an awful rush.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder. And that's where I switched. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had bud. And because of that...
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powder. Once I was done, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder. Then I took the bottle and left the... That's all there is.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we talk?
First I went to... That's when I grabbed the...
And you spilled some of the...
Yeah.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powder. Once I was done, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A.
Shoot!
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
Shoot!
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
No, it's wrong! You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose?
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
You lied to us. Plainums, if you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when...
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room. The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that.
You're right. It must be.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass and...
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there.
No, it's wrong. You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in.
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. Shoot! I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that? You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took
This should prove it. Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her. Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room. I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were. You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room... While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a near thinking he'd killed her. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and... But in her rush, she made one, she put the magazine... Soon after, she also saw... This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura. And she freaked out. And just like Hiro, this explains why there were 2 wounds on... Assuming Sakura really was... She gathered up the broken... And that explains how Sakura was attacked. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us... We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone... And that same someone quietly snatched... And while nobody was looking, they did all this specifically to place in an attempt to guide him, the one who went to all that... It's you, Hina.
I actually got that
That's
one
the full
right.
truth of the
No
case.
messing up on that.
Sakura took an...
Okay, I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote! So, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
skip all the messaging.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here. You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool. I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things. And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder. Of course, I understand if you...
I'll be right back. Enjoy this this execution of alter ego. I gotta get through. Man, somebody really hated time to speed things along.
This is a school...
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
It's true. Whew. Hey. Correct. Makoto. So... Goodbye.
What's this? Hey! Unbelievable.
Just a second.
You too? You guys?
It's true. Hey. Shall we go? Goodbye. Whew. Goodbye. Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Okay, so we basically, like we finished that chapter. Chapter 4 is completed and done. I don't, yeah, let me see what time it is. It's 3:34 in the afternoon here in New York City. If you come back here later this afternoon or later this evening, probably the same time I normally would do a live stream during the evening and stuff like that. I'm gonna save. But before I save, yeah, I gotta basically say this. I'd like to thank all those who came to my live stream last night, where they chatted with me in the live stream that I basically did, which was after I played this game late last night, and then did the live stream until like 1 o'clock in the morning. And the people I'd like to thank for coming would be Winter Chan and Jack Fox. I think it was Jack Fox. But yeah, thank you for coming to the live stream last night. I know it was like late and almost like 1 o'clock in the morning, and especially, Jack basically wanted me to stay. Jack Fox wanted me to stay on in a little longer, but I was tired and I had other stuff to do. Hold on. I still have to work on the other two. Like I have to record 2 more Doom games, and then I got to do the story mode. Right, the story for each of the for each of the episodes, and the video footage and stuff like that. Which I had to work on that this morning. Like I ended up sleeping a little late. But I'm gonna play this game again later. It's just that I need to take like a short little nap before continuing to play more Denga and stuff like that. And I want to point out that I'm going to see sometime this week about having a friend of mine buy the Ultimate Despair Girls game. And then in September, if I have the money saved up for it, I'm going to get the other one. Goodbye Harmony, or Death Dare Harmony or something, which is coming out in September, like close to the end of September. It's gonna be $59. I want to get the collector's edition, but the one thing though is, that's gonna be a lot of money, and I need money for a haircut. Because in September is like a really big, heavy duty month for me. I have big stuff going on. I gotta go to my in-laws' family function in September, and this is a shout out to my future brother-in-law, youngest brother-in-law. He's going to have a daughter, so again, it's due in September, so kudos to that. But it's gonna be a long month, and before that, I gotta try to get like a haircut probably in August. I'm gonna get it trimmed and stuff like that. And I'm thinking probably later for my nap, I'll probably do some of this. Yeah, after I'm done streaming this game of Danganronpa, I'm gonna basically play Doom, like record some of the footage for the Doom game episode, like did for the PlayStation 4, and then I'm gonna do the same thing for the PlayStation 3, where I'm gonna play Doom 1 and Doom for the PlayStation 3. And I gotta tell you, when I do these Let's Play videos, I do like a lot of talking, and I gotta try to figure out where where the evil Sage is gonna be coming in. He's because I still haven't written the story, but I got the video game footage for each of the episodes so far. For Doom for the NES version and N64 version. The N64 version I think is going to be a little longer. But I gotta do the PlayStation version, then the PlayStation 3 version, and finally the PlayStation 4. But I'll do the PlayStation 4 version and put it on my computer, convert it into data where it can be recorded, and I can use it on my Windows Live, Live Movie Maker, and put it together. Because I want to try to get, and of course, things are gonna like slowly die down, after this week, because, like I said, I have a surgery that I gotta have done Wednesday this week, the day after the 4th of July. I'm getting a lower right tooth removed, my lower wisdom tooth removed, so it's gonna be hard for me to basically do any storyline for the Doom game. So I'm gonna try to get it all done tonight, like the footage, and put it on each of the each of the stories and stuff that I got to put. It's a little bit like playing Danganronpa when you're basically trying to piece the puzzles from beginning to end of the murder cases and stuff, like how the murder went down and everything. So it's it's kind of like that, but I can easily sum it up. And plus, I gotta make dinner. Although I had 3 Elio's pizzas earlier for breakfast. Yeah, that's the way to go. Have pizza for breakfast, like around 10:30 in the morning. That would explain why I got like heartburn and stuff like that. But I'm basically gonna do the Doom episodes. I'm gonna try to get them all done and post them out probably sometime this week if I can get the storyline done tonight. I still got to record Doom for PlayStation 4, which is going to be the last episode of the chapter of the Legend of the Dark Evil Sage. And I got to record the other 2 Doom games for PlayStation and PlayStation 3. So I mean, the longer I talk and chat with, I can stuff with that and everything like that. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. But other than that, I'm probably come back to stream more Danganronpa. I'll be back here later this evening, and we'll try to finish the rest of this game later. I gotta take it out when I'm done streaming. I just hope I can get the footage done because I want to get up to the chapter 4, which is going to be and then I'll put the story down on on my tablet, how I did it and everything like that, like the story. It's going to be really good. I already got the story printed down in my head. I just got to later on when I'm done. And I gotta come back on the YouTube and check to see what number episode it is, and I'll have to write it down on a piece of paper and stuff, which is not gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna end this stream for now, and hopefully I'll see you guys later this evening, or later tonight, or whatever. So until next time, this is John11Hot's saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you're living at. Hope to see you again soon here on Let's Play This Game If We Really Want To. That is live stream. So till next time, see you later. Or or probably see you whenever. Don't forget to watch my videos and watch the recorded episodes of my Let's Play This Game If We Really Want To. That is to keep up in the know of what's going on with this murder case. We're gonna crack it. Unless you basically saw me play this game on Twitch, then you don't need to watch. But watch it anyway. So until next time, bye-bye.